decided, I've been doing about like 2 streams a day for the past little bit. I decided I want to do this third one because my second stream I did, if you've seen it, got a little crazy, got a little hectic. Well, maybe not crazy, maybe not hectic, but it was a little, ate away at my brain. It really, well, I guess that's not a good way to put it, I don't know. It was just, it occupied a lot of my mind, and I'd like to do a little bit more of a relaxing stream, which would be a stream where I'm just here by myself, playing a few online matches. So I am going to play Gears of War Reloaded. I'm not incredibly good at this game. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to eventually get the Seriously achievement. That's my ultimate goal. So I gotta clock in hours. Let's just do some team deathmatch rounds. Not really sure how long this stream will go. Probably not very long. I'm fairly tired. Just want to see if maybe anybody will come in the chat. I wouldn't be surprised if nobody does, but you know, I've been pretty happy with my streaming in the past couple days. You know, with the amount of engagement I've got, you know, it's I've been happy with it. I intend to keep doing it. I definitely want to continue my Mountain Blade series. Should anybody whatsoever ever come across my content and they want me to try something particular, I'd be willing to hear you out. But for now, a more chill stream, playing Gears of War. Anybody wants to talk to me, they can. You want to see horror game stuff? You know, I think I'd like to do some horror game stuff. That'd be pretty funny. I bet you could get some good clips out of it. You know, Izzy, you've already made 2 great clips of me that I know of. You may have some more clips of me that I haven't seen yet. Maybe not. One day, once I am actually full-time employed, and I have to end up streaming a little less frequently, I'd still like to do it. One day when that happens, I would totally be willing to pay you to make... I mean, if you'd be willing, I'd pay you to make clip compilations. I don't know. I'm yapping about nonsense. I'm tired. Time for a relaxing team deathmatch. You made a clip today? That's epic. Or, well, you did make the... made the one clip today. When I was playing Mountain Blade. If you'd ever like to stream with me, I'd be totally down. I'd be willing to try out different types of streams. If you ever just want to collect compilations for me, if you collect enough clips that I think are genuinely funny, I'll make a compilation out of my own content, and I'll credit you for having made the clips for me. Bob was an interesting character. I hope maybe we get to see some more of him. That stream brought some interesting stuff out of me. I don't know. I think I like my calm streams more, but I'd like to have some more of those too. Guys, if you're watching this as a past stream, be sure to pull up the live chat replay so you can make sense of my conversation. If you can't pull up the live chat replay yet, it's because the video hasn't processed. It's quite silly. Silly stream. I like, I really, you know, I've always liked Mountain Blade, but I feel like when I stream Mountain Blade, the way that I feel like, I feel a need to present myself a certain way, I almost feel like it makes me enjoy playing the game more. So even if there's not going to be anybody who's like, you know, intimately following every detail of my story as I go through Calradia and my adventures, it's fun for me. It becomes more of a story to me when I'm like presenting my adventures in Calradia as if it's to an audience. Quiet or the game might be loud. I hope I'm not too quiet. Can you still understand me? Or am I like so quiet you can't understand me? Regardless, I'll turn the game down a little bit. I know Gears of War is pretty loud compared to some other games, and I don't want that to mess with my audio mixing. I turned down the game audio a little bit, but in terms of my, like, the mixing of my stream audio, I'm all the way up. I could probably find other ways to turn my audio up, but that's understandable. I have a conflict of, I don't want it ever to be so loud that I can't be heard over the game, but at the same time, I don't want the game to never be loud. Like, there should be times when in the video, in the stream, the game is loud too, you know? I'll have to find the perfect medium. Gears of War is in my blood. I remember wearing diapers and watching my dad play Gears of War. I need to get out of here. Gears of War is it's a classic. I'm really glad they made Gears of War Reloaded. It is kind of silly. If you aren't aware, they made Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which was a remaster of the first Gears of War game. And before ever remastering the second game or any of the other games, they made Gears of War Reloaded, which is a second remaster of the first game, which is pretty silly. But it's not that silly, because the reason they made Gears of War Reloaded is because it's the first Gears of War which is available on Steam, and it's available on PlayStation, and it's cross-play. So, I mean, it makes sense. That's awesome. I am not very good at this game. You know, speaking of special Xboxes with, like, original Xbox games, you know, on the design, I saw locally at, like, an old game store, I saw an old original Xbox that was, like, it was an edition that was designed with Halo aesthetic, and it was, like, it came with a copy of Halo Combat Evolved. And it was like a special edition original Xbox, and I would like to get my hands on that if it's still there one of these days. No good at Gears of War. I'm no good at it. I would like to make it I'd want it to be a separate series. Well, I might like to do it and put it on my my other channel, my middle school gaming channel, Jabro Gaming. I still want to upload stuff to there. I just don't want to do my live streams there, I don't think. But I'd be interested in doing a let's play playing through the Gears of War campaign in co-op. I need somebody to do it with, though. Find a way to record that. I don't know.
You have bent the humans to your will.
I feel like I should pay more attention to this game. I'm not very good at this game.
Well done, Lucas.
I just like Gears of War. I just like it. GG to you too, Nipped Gods. No, I love the Gears of War games. The Gears of War campaigns are awesome. It would be so fun to pay. Well, if you'd like to have a fun time paying instead of playing, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JasonCringe. I'm only joking, of course. I'll be the thrash ball drone this time. Yeah, I know it was a misspell, I know. But if you ever do want to pay instead of play, I can give you the URL. Oh, finally a match. Finally. Gridlock. I feel like I get a lot of high-level people in my lobby. I always play social though, and I don't like playing competitive, because if I play competitive and I do bad, and one of my teammates gets upset, I'll feel a little bad. If I do bad in a social match, and my teammates get upset, maybe sometimes I'll feel a little bad, but I ultimately know they're freaking out over nothing. Not only is it a game, but it's a non-competitive match. If they want to freak out like that, they can go to competitive. So for that reason, I don't really ever play competitive matches online. Snipe. Oh! I wonder how many people in the world, all time, will ever watch this stream once it's done, and once it's a video uploaded on my channel. Please, if you are watching this video in the future, once it's on my channel like any other video and I'm not live streaming, tell me why. I'm curious. Hey. All the loves gotta go to the live chat, though. They're the ones who make it happen. They make it happen, man. I should have seen that coming. Oh my god. Onions. Maybe I should watch some videos on how to actually get more viewers as somebody who YouTube streams. There's probably some kind of method to it. I don't know. I don't think I'm entertaining enough for too many people. That's alright. I would like if I could just attract a few nerds to my channel. Enjoy my personality. Check it out. I don't need a huge crowd or anything, but like if there were like 10 online faces, 20 online faces, so I'm like, oh, you're back, I know you. You were on my last stream, or you were at a few streams ago. That would be pretty epic. This is a cry for help. If you like my channel, advertise it at your workplace, at your church, at your family Christmas party.
Smoke out!
Oh my gosh. That revival was pointless. It'd be funny if I got a timestamp comment when I was like, if you're watching this video, tell me why. There's just a comment with a little heart at the end of it, and I was like, because we're investigating you, bro. We're with the FBI, and we've heard some rumors. I got a feeling that I'm probably wasting my teammates' time. Yeah, I could try and present myself on different social media outlets, but I kind of got pissed off at Instagram, and I kind of got, I wanted to stop paying attention to certain apps. And if anything, I feel like that's part of mentally what's allowing me to want to put any kind of content on YouTube that I wasn't before. I'm gonna concentrate on my YouTube stuff. Well, if you ever think there's anybody out there who would enjoy watching my streams, I'd like to try and make them consistent. I don't know.
I did not see warriors.
It would mean a whole lot.
I saw small children running for their lives.
You will personally make my channel. You will build it out of the dust. I'll be indebted to you. I'll have to sign a Seaworg contract, and I'll be indebted to you for 1 billion years. Normally, I like the Beast Rider. Here. Let me, preemptively mute that guy. Let me just mute everybody. I don't wanna risk anything. What video projects do I have in mind? Well, there's a lot of things I have in mind long term, but I feel like I'm just not equipped for yet. I really think short term I'd like to focus on doing my live streaming, because it's not like it's not the most productive thing in the world. But right now this is doing the most to just get, amounts of time recorded. Like in the past few days I've probably gotten like maybe around 10 hours of myself recorded doing stuff, and that's not a frequency I normally get. I want to make some really quality projects about different things at times, but right now I'm putting out a quantity that I'm not really like super disappointed with, and that I'm having fun with. So short term, I'm liking my live streaming. I really want to get to a point where I'm on Mountain Blade episode 500. I'll be a little gamer tubing for a while. There's some other stuff I want to do too. We're up to 4 viewers. Love all of you. 4 people are standing over my shoulder as I play this game. I'm a Goomba, and I got a tumor. Talking about, I got nothing to say. I can't even lock in on the game, man. I should try and beat FNAF on stream. I think I could do that. I'd be able to do that. That'd be pretty cool. I think that's a great idea. I'll think about that. If anybody would like to contribute to the FNAF fund, there's a link in the top right. I remember playing FNAF on my iPad when I was a kid. I'd love to do FNAF VR. I'd like to make a video or a stream out of that if I could figure out how. Ow! Leave me alone! Yeah, what I'll do is I'll find a bunch of horror games that like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and whatever played between the years of like 2012 and like 2018. I'll just find a bunch of obscure horror games. I'll play those. I'll do my own three scary games series like Markiplier. How about that? What the heck's going on? No, my controller! What's going on with my controller? Oh my gosh, that was scary. I thought my controller got busted. I'm dead. I suck at this game. I've really been enjoying streaming lately. You know, I think this is a part of my life that I need. Stick around, guys. You're making life a little more fun. This is the perfect introvert social interaction. I don't have to hear anybody. I can just check chat. Got it, Blastoise. Yeah! You got it, Blastoise, I believe. I think Blastoise can do this 1v3. Oh no! Oh, Blastoise, I believed in you. Oh man, I suck at this game. I see you saying he can win in the chat. Stream delay is awesome. I love it. What the hell? When did I get killed with? Is that a one shot? I didn't think there were... That's... Oh no, I was killed with... Yeah, I was gonna say, that didn't seem... I didn't think there was even one shots in this game. Oh no. I've been saying this a little bit. I might as well say this now since I'm being recorded and streamed in the world. I've been thinking that if I were ever involved in the creation of, like, if I were ever involved in world building, and if I ever developed a video game for my own world, I think my fantasy video game, its game mechanics would be a combination between, like, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Mountain Blade. I think, I don't know exactly how it would have to work technically and in, you know, providing a great game experience, but I feel like if you could cross Mountain Blade's type of sandbox roleplay where you can build armies and become a thief over towns, if you can combine that with, like, the roleplay mechanics and vibe of, like, Fallout and Elder Scrolls, and, you know, kind of like in Fallout 4 how you can make settlements, but you also don't have to do that. You can just act as an individual. If you could bridge that with the sort of Mountain Blade mechanics where you can also, like, build armies and, you know, join factions in the sense of Mountain Blade and not just in the sense of, like, you know, being on one side in a story like in Fallout. I don't know. I think there's got to be some kind of intersection between those play styles, and it's got to provide a really nice, immersive world experience where you're just one individual, but you can also have major impacts and you can, you know, see it. I'm rambling too much. I should pay more attention to the game. I've been doing a little bit of, it's been like a week maybe, but I was talking over with one of my online pals, some of my world building ideas. I've sort of, I have a few ideas I've strung together from like my own personal fictional world. It's not totally sophisticated yet, but I'd like to maybe work on it over time, and I don't know what content would come out of it. The fantasy is having a video game of it, but I don't know. Maybe I could write a short story or make a film. Maybe I could make a silly little game that even I could program. Well, ask, what experience would I want the player to have? It's an interesting question, because I feel like that comes from different angles. In terms of like the gameplay itself, I would want it to be variable, because I think Fallout 4 is kind of an interesting example of it, because Fallout 4 introduced to the Fallout series the ability to manage settlements, and like you can establish supply lines between your settlements, you can develop settlements, but you absolutely don't have to do that. You could just play Fallout 4 like every other Fallout game and just be on your own all the time. You're not managing any settlements. I would like something like that, where you could just totally play the entire game just being a lone individual. But also, you could be involved in settlements, you could be involved in communities, you could be involved in factions, even up to the point that you are building large armies that you individually command. And I don't know. I think there should be a larger... It should be like how Fallout came into the Fallout 4 settlement system being included in the game, but super scaled to where you can build armies, you can have fiefdoms and manage who owns what. In terms of like experiencing the world and like the lore side of it, I need to sophisticate that more. I've thought a lot about including a lot of Jewish folklore and like different like biblical mythological aspects into the world. Things like that. For example, many people have heard of the biblical Leviathan. Something that's interesting in Jewish folklore and in Jewish tradition is that in the Talmud, there's two other beasts of creation listed. There's Leviathan, which is of the sea, but there's also Behemoth, which is of the land, and there is Ziz, which is a massive like bird in the sky. And I think it would be interesting if you had a world that was heavily influenced by Jewish folklore, Jewish mythology, biblical themes. I'd like to engineer something like that, and it wouldn't be the first time it's done, because a lot of fantasy is influenced by biblical stuff. Like C.S. Lewis, his Lord of the Rings series is heavily influenced by his Catholic faith. He said that a lot, there's an extent to which you can appreciate the Lord of the Rings as a Roman Catholic. There's an element to that. I would like to make a world which is heavily influenced by lots of biblical, Jewish, Hebraic stuff. I would still want it to be sandbox in nature, but I would also want it to have story paths that you can take on. Kind of like in the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, you could absolutely never touch the factional conflict between the Stormcloaks and the Imperials, but it's still there. I would like it like that. Think like Mountain Blade. I'm sure, I don't think you're very familiar with the different factions of Mountain Blade yet, but to name two of them, you could have the Sarranids, you could have the Vagars, you could also have the Swadians and the Rhodoks. They could be in conflict at any given time. They could also be in peace at any given time. I would like a world where that could matter to you. Where that could matter to you. Like, you could be an up-and-coming lord in the realm and that matters. But I would also like a world where it's possible that you're like a lone wanderer, and that's really not all that much your concern. You're just out there in the wastes by yourself. I would like to be able to bridge those gameplay possibilities into one roleplay world. Gonna have to retitle this stream "Giving My Gaming Ideas." hidden gem for anybody who wants to know my early game development ideas from when I was a young man. I definitely want to put more thought into my world building and into like the practical media and content possibilities from it. You know, like I said, the fantasy is that I could have a very immersive, very in-depth game world. The likelihood of that is nobody's saying. God, no. Probably it's not very likely it would go how I imagine it. But at the same time, I want to put more thought into my world. If I could ever make anything out of it, like a short story or a little, you know, independent film on the internet or an indie game, then I would. Whether or not that's going to be a possibility or something that'll really present itself in my life as an opportunity is a different question. Because there's other stuff I want to focus on too. I want to write philosophy books. I want to write books about religion and politics and stuff. And I suppose that's another element of my game world and fictional world building is that I really want to, like I said with the factions earlier, you could just totally be, you could totally not care about it in this world. But at the same time, I would want the factional conflicts to both pose interesting, like, political and philosophical questions for the player, and I'd like it to represent real-world religious conflicts and differences. I would like to implement my study and interest in, like, religion and political theory and philosophy into the richness of the factional conflicts in the world and stuff like that. But I don't know. But at the same time, I also want to write, like, serious political theory stuff. I'd like to make serious video essays about religion and politics. So the extent to which I'll be able to practically take opportunity with my fictional stuff is, who knows? God knows. Spawn point swap, you say? Really now? Spawn point swap, you say? Really now? Can I just, like, hide behind? Oh wait, they're invincible at the start, I forgot. No! Bad idea! Thank you, game, for protecting Spawn. I forgot Gears of War did that. No camping for me. Not unless it's in the woods, and I'm hunting an animal. Oh my gosh, what the hell? Down here. Oh, I got the last kill.
Total obliteration.
That's pretty cool.
Acceptable.
Total obliteration. Acceptable. Be the thrash ball drone this time. I might only play like one more match, then hop off. I didn't originally plan on streaming Gears of War too long. I just wanted sort of a calm stream to come after my previous, less calm stream. Little do I know, these videos are going to be sourced in history books. I don't think there's a game mode where you play as special evil guys. There is horde mode. I feel like you're thinking of something like Left 4 Dead has a similar game mode to what you're talking about. I think where like you play as special infected. I don't think there's anything like that in Gears of War. There is horde mode, but you'd be defending against Locust NPCs. This guy's username is Uwu You So Musky. I just realized that. Look at that. Uwu You So Musky. They're level 94 too. Yeah. What I gotta say because I'm gonna crash pop it. Dang, sicko ferret. goodness. It was him. I got killed by... Ooh, you're so musty. I can't believe it. Sorry, Hoffman. You're lucky. Here, I should say. Huh. Oh, that guy's got a boom shot. Oh my gosh! I might not clutch this, but I made a good decision to run over here. Strategically, I think. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I prevented a boom shot tragedy.
Shit, yeah!
No! No! I was killed by him! Mr. Level 94. Avenge me! I thought it was jump on it again! Oh, my goodness. Kill. I'm on the road to the seriously achievement. It takes 10,000 kills, and I will get there. should do a Road to Seriously series where I just play Gears of War matches until I get the Seriously achievement, and I'll stream it the whole time until then. Road to Seriously. I feel like that'd be a good series title, but I'm probably just gonna call it upon to me while I play Gears of War series. I don't know. What am I going to stream next? That's a good question. You know, honestly, I feel like it depends on when I wake up. I'm thinking about door dashing tomorrow, but I also might not. I don't know. I'll probably do a Mountain Blade stream sometime in the morning. I would schedule one, but I honestly don't know when I'm gonna sleep. So, and I also wouldn't schedule it now because I'm currently streaming. Chances are, after this stream, I'll either schedule a Mountain Blade stream for tomorrow, sometime earlier in the day, or at some time tomorrow earlier in the day, I'll just start up a Mountain Blade stream. I really want to continue my Mountain Blade series. Right now, I feel like that's the spine of the streaming that I'm developing. I want to stream other stuff too, but I've just been enjoying playing Mountain Blade. Leaderboard.
Get behind us.
You know, part of me too, you know, I feel like if I have a few hundred hours of myself playing video games on the internet, assuming the internet's still up in 100 years, that's video documentation for my descendants to know anything about it. Assuming I have people, you know, I'd like to leave them certain things, but I feel like there's nothing quite like watching your ancestors play a video game on the internet. And one day that I'll have to. Danica's home? Yeah, Bob's a crazy character. If you ever want to waste 2.5 hours of your life, watch the entirety of my Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. And through the process of that, you're gonna learn about Bob. Bob's a funny guy. He might become a character.
I'll take those. Let's do this!
That's nice. The only clip I got from you today that you made was the clip of me finishing my Mountain Blade tournament and scaring my cat. If you have any funny clips from the Plants vs. Zombies stream, I'd love if you could send those to me too. No, what do you think? Should I do another match? Should I do one more match? I'm gonna have to give you time to answer because there's stream lag. One more match. One more match. Alright, let's do one more match. We're wasting Danica's time with this one. Oh, now we gotta wait for 2 more players on my team. I like Gears of War's sounds. I mean, it's music, but it feels weird to call it music because it's like almost like an ambient sound track, but it's played in the background like a song. I like it. It sounds nice. Man. This lobby is empty, except for this guy. This guy's pretty cool looking. Yeah, no, the Chainsaw Lancer is honestly, it's a pretty epic weapon. You know, if we were to think like children, and I don't mean this negatively, because children think in some ways that have comparative advantages to adults. There are some ways in which being like a child is good. If we were to think like children, a gun with a chainsaw on it is fucking awesome. And you know, that's just the daggone truth, to tell you the truth. Your boy Sweezy is on my team. That's how I know I'm gonna win. You know, if you become a game developer, I'll be so hecking proud of you. And I don't feel like any of my main career paths are gonna be very conducive to being a game developer. I feel like the thing I can be best for is like game writing and world building. I'd like to develop some like game development skills too, because the likelihood I'm gonna be able to make my own game without having game development skills. That plummets, you know, the less game development skills I have. But I really would be interested in developing a game world. We're working on some gaming projects, probably. I've actually thought about, since I'd like to get into writing for different jobs, I thought it would be interesting if I maybe worked for some different, like, game article companies, maybe for a period of my life. But I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe we should teach ourselves how to use Unity engine or something. Hello, cat. Poor guy. Didn't stand a chance. Not gonna stand a chance. I just want to make clear that Ace Grant is the guy with the awesome profile picture. He's the one who just shot with explosive projectiles. I do want to learn some programming skills at some point. I just don't see myself ever being like a professional programmer, you know? I suppose, I don't know. It's always good to get more skills. Mine! I mean, there's nothing negative with learning this skill. It's just like there's only so much stuff you can learn, you know? And there's other stuff I feel like I need to learn to do other things I'm interested in life, you know? I feel like I'm fairly ambitious. There's a lot of things I'm interested in doing, but I also need to be realistic about how much stuff I can do. I also need to lock in and do certain things. Yeah, priorities matter. In the field of economics, that is what we call an opportunity cost. Opportunity costs also matter in stuff like accounting. See, I know that because I diversify my interests, but there's only so many things I can do. I think my retirement plan is living on a homestead. I'd like to weed out of having like a professional career and weed into living off the land to some extent. Probably not fully. I want to learn how to garden. I want to learn how to like keep goats and poultry.
It's need bodies.
Continue thus and join them.
I don't want to go to a retirement home. I want to be a 90-year-old man tending to my goats. That could be considered a false dichotomy, but regardless, I want to feed goats. You know, it sucks that you can't be an expert in all the things you want to be an expert in. I struggle with that. I want to be an expert in everything, but I suppose I'm kind of trying to work out a plan in how I can be, you know, invested in all the things I want to be and still have a successful life. You know, if I win the Powerball, we can start a gaming company. Do it right off the bat. We can do it now. The gaming company's first order of business would be learn how to make games. Our clocked in work hours would be study hours. You can do that when you're a gajillionaire.
Fire in the hole!
That's really epic. I hope everybody achieves everything they want to. You know, assuming the things they want to achieve aren't horribly prevalent. Ultimately, God knows best, and so forth. I got books for programming, that is awesome. You know, something I could tell you about, I don't know exactly how awesome it is, but you should check out freecodecamp.org, or it might be freecodecamp.com. It's like the title says, it's free, and it teaches you how to code, and you can get like free certificates out of completing like different, like, I don't know, modules or like groups of things. I think the way, I haven't tried it yet, but I've had it on my list of things that I want to go to at some time. But, like, Free Code Camp, it just, like, it takes you through a number of challenges, and in doing so, it teaches you how to do the coding for it. Reading books would be good. Taking online courses, like if you're going to do college courses or something, it could be good. You wouldn't even have to get a degree. You could just, like, enroll in class. And you know, there are a number of websites that can teach you different types of coding, and Free Code Camp is a free one, so it has that. Would you look at that? They won the match. I think that was my one more match. I think my stream is reaching its conclusion. Oh, goodness. It was a nice, chill stream. It was relaxed. I got to ramble about a couple topics. We should both try out Free Code Camp at some time. I've had it on my radar for like probably over a year, but I haven't actually used it yet. I think you should check it out. If you and Raiden are really interested in getting into programming, check out your books, do all that cool stuff. I think you guys should check out Free Code Camp and maybe try just like go through one of its courses and see if you can get just one of its certificates and tell me how you feel about it. Oh, and don't worry, I'll say goodbye to the audience. Here, I gotta leave this match. I don't want to accidentally get that match started or anything, and then leave. But, yeah, no. Goodbye, chat. If anybody happens to be watching once this is done and uploaded as a past stream, what are you doing? Do something better with your time. But I hope everybody has a good day, including everybody currently watching. Love you all very deeply. Have a good day.